In 1844, a crowd gathered inside the United States Capitol building, watching a strange contraption of wires, magnets, and a simple key. A man named Samuel Morse sat before it, his hands trembling, and tapped out a message that would travel 40 miles to Baltimore in mere seconds. The words he chose were almost prophetic. "What hath God wrought?" But what most people don't know is that getting to that moment nearly destroyed him. Samuel Morse wasn't even an inventor by trade. He was a painter, and a talented one at that. He painted portraits of presidents and dreamed of covering the walls of the Capitol Rotunda with his art. But tragedy changed everything. In 1825, while he was away painting a portrait, his young wife, Lucretia, fell gravely ill and died. By the time the letter carrying the devastating news reached him, she had already been buried. He never got to say goodbye. The slowness of communication had robbed him of the most important moment of his life, and that grief ignited an obsession. Morse became consumed with the idea of sending messages instantly across great distances. He spent years developing the telegraph, a device that could transmit electrical signals through wire using a code of dots and dashes that would eventually bear his name. But when he tried to share his invention with the world, almost nobody cared. He approached Congress for funding and was laughed out of committees. He traveled to Europe seeking investors and was turned away repeatedly. For nearly 12 years, Morse lived in poverty, sometimes unable to afford food, pouring every cent he had into an invention the world didn't want. Friends abandoned him, critics called him a fool chasing an impossible dream. Then, in 1843, Congress finally approved $30,000 to build an experimental telegraph line between Washington and Baltimore. The vote was agonizingly close, passing by a razor-thin margin, and several congressmen voted yes simply as a joke, never believing it would actually work. But it did work. That first message in 1844 changed everything overnight. Within just a few years, telegraph lines crisscrossed the entire nation. By 1861, the transcontinental telegraph connected the East Coast to the West Coast, making the Pony Express obsolete in a single day. During the Civil War, the telegraph became the backbone of military communication, arguably shaping the outcome of the conflict itself. The telegraph unified a sprawling, disconnected country into one nation that could communicate in real time. It launched the information age, gave birth to entire industries, and laid the foundation for every communication technology that followed. All because one man's heartbreak turned into humanity's breakthrough.